you don't have to be positive before a game. You because it's very dependent on what that really means, isn't it? Because like you can go in and feel really, really good, and you could be saying really positive things to yourself in your head. But ultimately, like people respond very differently to different situations. Some people love it in a game where they get challenged, or when someone goes in a bit late on them, or gives a little bit of chat, or if there's something that gives them a little bit of like extra motivation. Some people thrive on that and absolutely love it. So sometimes we don't need to always be really, really positive, really, really upbeat before a game. What I think is more beneficial and more achievable is to go, what are the things that I'm doing to give myself the best preparation going into the game? So that could be your nutrition, that could be the sleep, that could be your hydration, that can be your stretches that you're doing, that can be like having controllable aspects of the team warm up, that can be talking with coach, getting absolute clarity before a game around what is expected of me going into that match. Like do those bits. So gain the clarity and seek that, because then go into the game, you'll then be able to respond to lots of the different situations, knowing that you've had a really good preparation. Because what I don't want to do here is go like, if you feel really positive and you're saying really good things about yourself before a game, in a game, you could get taken out first minute and suddenly things aren't positive, things are really challenging, and it can become really frustrating. Whereas if you know you've got clarity, you've got controllable aspects, you've prepared well, you give yourself a really good basis to go, I'm going to give myself a good chance of playing well today, knowing that I've done a really good preparation the week before, a couple of days before. And it doesn't matter necessarily if I'm feeling really, really positive the morning of. I've got a really good basis of a week's training. I've got clarity. I've spoken to people. I've worked hard. I've trained hard. I've slept well enough. I've done those controllable things. And then going into the game is around like the management of those situations. So the management of those situations around like, what helps me feel confident? How do I maintain those levels of motivation that we've spoken to today? The bits around like the grounding techniques and bringing yourself back to a neutral zone, like bring those parts into that, bring into the performance element, but don't discard all the other bits that go a week before a game, which is your training on a Monday night, is training on a Wednesday night, is doing that consistently well, is speaking to coach, is sleeping well enough, is doing all those things. And then you go and give yourself a really good opportunity to play well on a Saturday or Sunday or whenever your game is. So I think that's probably where I'd go to with something like that. But yeah, but people have their own ways of doing it. And it's about just trying to check in with yourself and finding what's right for you in those moments.